The National Association of Colleges and Employers, also known as NACE, has identified 8 competencies that are critical for students to master before entering the workforce. The 8 competencies we will be talking about in this module are critical thinking and problem solving, oral and written communication, teamwork and collaboration, digital technology, leadership, professionalism and work ethic, career management, and global and international fluency. Critical thinking or problem solving, exercising sound reasoning to analyze issues, make decisions, and overcome problems. The individual is able to obtain, interpret, and use knowledge, facts, and data in this process and may demonstrate originality and inventiveness. Think of a challenge you have experienced since coming to college, or a decision you have had to make. For example, suppose you are the president of the Veteran Student Organization on campus and you want to increase veterans' engagement in school activities. Write a what statement pertaining to your challenge. In the example just given, a question might be, what are the roadblocks for veterans when trying to become part of the campus community? The answers to this could easily be obtained by surveying student veterans. This doesn't mean, however, you will fully understand the challenges. A better way to begin would be to explain why student veterans do not participate in activities outside of the classroom. Next, write questions about your challenge using why. Why is it important for student veterans to engage with the campus community? Why should I be trying to increase student veteran engagement on campus? And why might student veterans resist attempts to involve themselves in on-campus activities? Finally, using your challenge, create some how questions. How do I know student veterans are less engaged than traditional students? How does the university administration and traditional student population view student veterans' involvement? And how can my organization change student veteran involvement on campus? Now that you have described a challenge in these terms, you are ready to demonstrate to an employer your ability to think critically and solve problems. You will undoubtedly be called upon in your internship to analyze information and either make a decision or a recommendation to someone else. Using this intentional approach to assessing a situation will help you improve your critical thinking skills. Oral and written communications. Articulating thoughts and ideas clearly and effectively in written and oral forms to persons inside and outside of the organization. The individual has public speaking skills, is able to express ideas to others, and can write or edit memos, letters, and complex technical reports clearly and effectively. How will these skills be evident to a new employer? An employer's first impression will be made when your resume is reviewed, and secondly, what you say during an interview. You might also have examples of your written and oral communication from class projects or papers or student organizations. There is no doubt that you will have daily opportunities to communicate with coworkers and others during your internship. Emails, letters, team meetings, and phone calls are just a few of the ways you will be required to communicate. Think of a time you communicated with an employer, university faculty or staff, or on behalf of a student organization, and answer the following questions. Was your communication professional and respectful, and did you use proper etiquette? Did you use a courteous greeting and closing in order to sound friendly and polite? Did you use professional titles when appropriate? Did you refrain from using first names when corresponding with clients or those senior to you in the organization unless you have been instructed to do so? Did you clearly state the reason for your communication, including what actions you are taking and or what actions you are requesting someone else to take? Were you concise in what you said and wrote? Did you proofread any written correspondence? Did you follow up if you did not receive a reply within 2 working days unless you were told that a response would take longer? Your internship will be your chance to not only learn how professionals communicate, but also an opportunity to hone your communication skills so that you're ready for your first professional job. Teamwork and collaboration. Build collaborative relationships with colleagues and customers representing diverse cultures, races, ages, genders, religions, lifestyles, and viewpoints. The individual is able to work within a team structure and can negotiate and manage conflict. You have had many opportunities in college to collaborate with others. Group projects, school organizations, and part-time jobs are just a few of the ways you have had to be a part of a team, to capitalize on the diverse strengths and talents of team members and resolve conflicts that arise in groups. Take a moment to write down answers to these questions. Describe a time you worked in a group or team. What did you learn about working with others during that experience? How will you use what you learned in a professional setting? How do you usually contribute to a group's success? What roles, such as organizer, peacemaker, spokesperson, do you usually assume? How would you explain your contribution to team efforts to a prospective employer? These questions are a good way for you to be able to explain and demonstrate your experience with teams. However, they are also beneficial in helping you identify areas where you want more experience. Before you begin your internship, think about how and when you will have opportunities to be a part of a team. It could be as simple as you helping a coworker or being willing to take on duties that typically belong to another worker. But it also could include being part of a committee or a member of a team project. Digital technology. Leverage existing digital technologies ethically and efficiently to solve problems, complete tasks, and accomplish goals. The individual demonstrates effective adaptability to new and emerging technologies. When it comes to digital technology, most of us would immediately think of occupationally related technology. You can identify the type of occupationally related technology used in your profession from the courses you have taken, online occupational research resources such as ONET, and from job descriptions. Showing that you are familiar with current and emerging technology can also include how or whether or not you should use social media such as Twitter, podcasts, and blogs, and professional social media such as LinkedIn. Write down one form of digital technology you have used in either a class, at work, or for a student organization. What was the purpose of using the technology in that specific case, and did you succeed in what you were trying to do? Research the type of technology used in the career you have chosen. Will you have an opportunity to use any of that technology in your internship? Should that be a goal for your internship? Leadership. Leverage the strengths of others to achieve common goals and use interpersonal skills to coach and develop others. The individual is able to assess and manage his or her emotions and those of others, use empathetic skills to guide and motivate, and organize, prioritize, and delegate work. Teamwork and collaboration are closely related to leadership. Oftentimes, the same experiences in group projects or student organizations can be described in both terms, as a teamwork experience and a leadership opportunity. The emphasis changes depending on whether or not you are addressing your role as a team member or as a leader. If you have not had an opportunity to demonstrate leadership in an organization or school project, it isn't too late. Volunteering to serve as an officer in an organization, leading a committee, or taking an active role in a class project are all ways that you can demonstrate leadership. As an intern or new employee, you may find that there are not many obvious opportunities for you to be a leader. Let's review the definition of leadership we used earlier. You may not be a formal leader in your internship or first job, but you may use your interpersonal skills to support your team members, manage your emotions to maintain a professional relationship with coworkers and clients or customers, or seek to support your employer's mission and work to achieve the common goals of your team. If you have not had an opportunity to serve as a leader in an organization or while completing a group project, Review what you wrote down about your experiences with teamwork and collaboration. That experience and ones similar to it have helped you prepare to be a leader. Here are some additional questions about that or other teamwork experiences that you can answer. Describe a time that there was a conflict when you were working with a group project. What was the conflict and what role did you play in resolving the conflict? How did you manage your emotions so that the group could continue to work successfully? Professionalism and work ethic. Demonstrate personal accountability and effective work habits, such as punctuality, working productively with others, and time workload management, and understand the impact of nonverbal communication on professional work image. The individual demonstrates integrity and ethical behavior, acts responsibly with the interests of the larger community in mind, and is able to learn from his or her mistakes. Do you attend your classes? Do you complete your assignments on time? Are you successfully employed in a part-time job? How have you handled disappointments or mistakes while in college? And does your public social media reflect a mature professional? These are all ways in which you are already demonstrating a strong work ethic and professionalism. Other modules in this course will address specific aspects of professionalism such as correspondence and dress, but don't forget that you are establishing the habits every day that will impact your professional image. Career management. Identify and articulate one's skills, strengths, knowledge, and experiences relevant to the position desired and career goals, and identify areas necessary for professional growth. The individual is able to navigate and explore job options, understands and can take the necessary steps to pursue opportunities, and understands how to self-advocate for opportunities in the workplace. Managing your future career probably began shortly after you came to college, and it will be a lifelong activity as you grow in your professional skills and as new opportunities arise. While in college, you can refine your career goals and manage your path to your first professional job by visiting career services, attending relevant activities such as career fairs and part-time job fairs, using online occupational research resources such as ONET, Handshake, and LinkedIn, completing internships or taking part-time jobs related to your career interests, completing assignments and capstone classes, and joining and participating in professional organizations. Many of the actions and tools you use in college are the same activities and tools you can use at any point in your working life. Lifetime learning will be a core component of your work, and your willingness to learn and adapt will be keys to your success. For additional information on managing your career now and in the future, refer to the Career Management module in this course. Global and intercultural fluency. Value, respect, and learn from diverse cultures, races, ages, genders, sexual orientations, and religions. The individual demonstrates openness, inclusiveness, sensitivity, and the ability to interact respectfully with all people and understand individuals' differences. Our communities at school, in our leisure, and at work are increasingly global in terms of people, cultures, and traditions and viewpoints. While in college, you can expand your appreciation and understanding of a diverse and inclusive community by taking humanities courses, getting involved in student organizations, volunteering, attending cultural events, and completing a study abroad program. But it isn't enough to do one or more of these suggestions if you want to demonstrate global or intercultural fluency. You need to be able to apply your critical thinking skills to your experiences so that they contribute to the formulation of your worldview and values. Write down one class or activity you attended while in college that you believe was related to global or intercultural fluency. Identify one thing you learned or experienced that has influenced how you view cultures or beliefs that are different than your own. How has that knowledge specifically changed you? You now have a working knowledge of the 8 competencies as well as personal examples that you can share with prospective employers. Take a look at your position description for your internship, review your duties and responsibilities, and assess where you will have the opportunity to learn and practice these competencies. As you work through the remaining modules of this pre-internship course, you will have more occasions to identify your personal examples of these 8 competencies. Take every opportunity to practice explaining how you have demonstrated these competencies so that you can articulate them clearly to prospective employers.